Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at the Summer Hatcher. And then for me, this was the biggest announcement of X-Flag Park, because these characters are very, very nostalgic for me. They were released about 4 years ago, and I got them when they first came out, and I had a lot of fun with them. And then usually when I do videos where I pull in the Hatcher and do a review, I do it in that order. But this time I'm going to do the review first because all of these characters are very good, and I want everybody to know how good they are. And then also because the time for this Hatcher is very short, it's only 3 days, I have to get this video up and then get the word out. But yeah, this is an excellent Hatcher and everybody should pull in it if they can. It might be difficult for folks that pulled in the collaboration or at X-Flag Park. But yeah, if you haven't done the tower yet or something, please go through that and then pull this thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the characters. First, let's look at Sadhana Alpha. When he was first released, I remember, I think he was the first Hatcher monster to ever get an 8-turn null everything strike shot. I was a big fan of that way back in the day with PC G3. And Sadhana Alpha, he was a lot of fun when he first came out. But, you know, he had low stats, not great bump combo, not great Slayer either. He had only the Paladin Slayer. So he didn't have very long shelf life. But later we got the Dark Transcendent version of Satan, and then everybody realized how powerful a character could be, even if they had no null abilities, but an 8-turn strike shot, and then a bunch of Slayers. And then Benzaiten came later and was like a juiced up version of that. And I really like those two characters. I like playing with them. But all the time, I'd look back at the wood version of Satan and just wonder, what if? But now I don't need to wonder what if anymore because he's here. But yeah, he's been improved in every way over his old version. Stats are higher, especially attack, which is important for him. Bump combo is much improved too. It's the single hit homing, it's not the piercing homing, but 18 of the super and then 6 of the super duper, so could be a lot of damage. And then Slayers have also been upgraded. He has 4 now, which is crazy. Passive in him, he has the Water Slayer and the Weak Point Slayer. And those are passive, which I need to repeat because that's pretty unusual. You don't see a lot of characters with Element Slayers passive in them, and then most of them are going to be limited characters, so this is very strong. And so looking at just that, Satan is already going to be good for water quests. And then I've heard some people talk about him as like the bounce version of Nightingale. That's how much potential they think this guy has. You could also maybe think of him as a wood version of Benzaiten. One thing that Benzaiten has on Satan Alpha, though, is the null block. That really pushes Benzaiten over the edge, while this Satan Alpha is just very, very good. But then on the gauge, he has the Golzetsu Slayer and the Demon Slayer. Those are both good Slayers for Karuna, so if you don't have anybody good for Karuna, you could certainly use him. He'll probably do more damage, even more than Belphegor, but he'd be riskier to use, because he would only have the null warp every other round, rather than every round. And then the Demon Slayer, this is probably the key to him, going to quests other than water quests. With the Demon Slayer and then the Weak Point Slayer, I still think he can make a pretty good showing outside of water quests. But yeah, super excited about this guy. I'm going to pull until I get him, basically. I don't care if I make the max luck of Nonno and Tequila. I'm still going to keep pulling for him. Okay, next up is Tequila Alpha. And then she is maybe the biggest question mark of this Hatcher. Because she's very good, but there's nowhere really that you need her as far as high-level quests. And then for farming easy quests, she's a little bit less than ideal because she is a bounce instead of pierce. But let's have a look at her. Stats are very good. I'm looking at her attack especially. That's very, very good. And then she has null gravity barrier, super no warp, no gauge at all. So that's pretty cool. She's going to be a great direct attacker, but also pretty versatile. And then maybe her closest competition is going to be Hanzo, who's a pretty good all-rounder. Yeah, Tequila Alpha is going to be the better direct attacker. And then possibly the better bump combo as well. And then the bump combo is the Trident Laser EL, the lock-on version. I've always been a fan of the lock-on Trident Laser, all the way back to, I don't know, Kushinada Zero maybe? And then the transcendent form of Ayanami Rei, she has a pretty good version of that too, but none of them compare to this one. This is like 3 full power lock-on one-ways in one, and then it'll be pretty spread out. So you could think of it as like, you know, a lock-on one-way laser with a lot of splash damage, so really, really good. And then the sub-bump combo is also really good, still underrated I would say. It's the mid-range spread. So yeah, it can do good damage, especially if you're close to an enemy. And then the strike shot is a speed and power up. And then it's the one where she gets like a super duper speed boost, and then like the more guys she takes down that turn, the higher her attack will go. A lot of people don't like this strike shot because it's pretty random, and then you might get an irregular bound, you might get stuck somewhere like a pinch shot, but I really like this strike shot. I've gotten good use out of it in like Tsukuyomi Zero, Idaten, places like that. I'm a fan of this strike shot. As for Tequila, if I want her or not, I'm not going to pull specifically for her. If I get what I want otherwise and I don't get her, then I'll be sad, but I won't keep pulling for her. But yeah, again, she is a question mark. They could make quests where she would be good, where you need that particular, you know, element, sling style, null ability, and then she'll be amazing. But until then, yeah, I don't know. Okay, and then last is Nonno. And then, long story short, this is maybe the best character released this year so far. And I don't think I'm overstating that, but let's have a look. Stats are pretty good overall. Attack would be over 30,000 with the gauge, and then almost 400 speed is pretty good for a Pierce type. She's a Pierce with a triple null, no gravity barrier, no damage wall, and then on the gauge, no block. This is pretty insane. And then the bump combo is the same as a Warupurigisu. It's the lock-on all enemy piercing shot. So that's great for farming easy quests, like guaranteed damage on everybody. Yeah, very, very powerful. And then the hit all icicle like meteor thing. So yeah, even more, you know, guaranteed damage on everybody. And it might have a small chance to put guys to sleep, so that's a little bit of utility there. And then the strike shot is insane. It's a speed and power up. When you hit a boss's weak point, you will do mega damage. A lot of YouTubers, they were looking at the wording of this strike shot, and then I don't think any strike shot up to now has used the word mega, cho here in Japanese, except for like maybe the evolution version of Harley or something. But this is insane, insane damage in weak points. It might be like 1,000,000 damage per hit. And it charges up in 20 turns, or 12 for the lesser version. But yeah, I've seen this in action, and it's very, very powerful. Yeah, this character, again, might be the best character released this year. She's a Pierce with a triple null. And then the character that reminds me the most of is King from the Seven Deadly Sins collaboration. And then he's crazy with that triple null. And then also the fact that he has very strong strike shot. He's still super useful to this day. He might be the best collaboration Hatcher character ever, pretty much. And then I've used him so much and I love him so much that I'm sick of him, so I try not to use him. But since he's still so powerful, yeah, I do like him. And Nonno Alpha is probably going to be pretty similar to that. One big advantage Nonno Alpha has over King, however, is that her bump combo is actually super duper powerful, like almost like top tier powerful. For Nonno, I would like 2 of her. One, I will definitely want to make her a metal farmer. So I'll give her a hero scroll, I'll give her the score Ableberry, the rank Ableberry, and then the sidekick Ableberry, and just use her all over the place. Triple null with the pierce means she'll be very, very versatile. So yeah, I can farm a lot of metals with her. The second one I would keep, maybe if she's good for a high-level quest later, I can give her like, I don't know, kin strength or something. But yeah, that is a quick look at the 3 Hatcher monsters. I think Sadhana Alpha I can get by with just 1 of him. So worst case scenario, I'll just pull until I get 1 of him. I would like a couple of Nonno, maybe 3 even, but I'm not going to chase 3, I would say. And then Tequila, again, if I get her, awesome. If I don't, I'll be sad, but not the end of the world. And then one last thing about Sadhana Alpha, he's not for everybody. Whether you should go for him or not is if he fits your playstyle. And I think the best way to maybe tell if this guy fits your playstyle or not is how much you use the Benzaiten Ascension. If you bring her everywhere, because you like her Null Everything 8-turn Strike Shot and her Slayers, then you're going to like Sadhana Alpha. But if you like to use the characters that, you know, perfectly fit the gimmicks, and then have them available every turn, then maybe Sadhana Alpha here would not be for you. Okay, but that is my review. Next, let's pull. And then I might just pull everything, because I do need Satan. There's no upper limit on Nonno or Tequila. I think having 3 of each would be great. And yeah, this is pretty scary. Because this hatcher is only 3 days, so if I don't get everything that I want here, I have to think quickly about if I want to continue. Alright, enough talking, let's start pulling. Oh, and then the rates for each are about 1% each, which is pretty good. That's better than usual. Limited characters are like maybe 6% or 0.6% or 0.4. So having like near 1 is pretty darn good. Okay, let's go. Alright, standard roll. Of course, I have none of these characters, so if it stops, we're in business. Alright, there's Summer Pinocchio. Stop. This might be John Manjiro. Okay, fine. Pretty good for a 4-star. Stop. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we're gonna fill the Hoshidama as well, so... Come on. Oh, I'm very nervous. Because I want these characters so much, and then they're so limited time. That I'm nervous. Alright. Okay, let's get something here. Go! Come on. This is, what's her face? Sarasvati, my 3rd of her. We'll be right back. Okay, I bought some more space. Let's keep going. I'm nervous. Go! Alright, here's Shahrazad. Decent character. I don't know, for a banner that's available this short a time, I wish they had gotten rid of the off-banner 5 stars. Go! Come on. Stop. Yikes. Well, this is my 2nd of this guy. I I think I talk about them in another video, so I'll talk about them then. Let's keep going here. Go! Yikes, 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 yikes. Alright, let's continue. Go! Onegai! Oh, come on! Alright, 2 more. We'll get the Hoshidama here. Sit! Tomare! Tomare! Oh my god. Alright, Hoshidama, come on. Go! Ah! I wanted these guys 2 weeks ago. This is Isolde Day. They are good for Adubuda. Let's have a quick look. Evolution is a bounce with Minesweeper Null Block, of course. Stats are lowish, but they are a blast type. And then the bump combo, this is pretty good. It's like the lock-on Pierce Wave, but the super. So 36,000 per shot, and then 6 shots in all. And then bosses they hit, all the weak points are revealed. So that's pretty good. If Nyoibo or Hibiscus don't work out in Adubuda for me, then I'll use these guys. In Ascension, stats are better. Bounce with the Demon Resistance and Demon Slayer, and then Damage Wall. They have the Tribal Pulse Bump combo, and then Defense Down Blast. And then Strike Shot, this is interesting. 4 turn becomes a Pierce, and then hits you with the Meteor. Not a very strong Meteor, but maybe it could help you take down some little guys. So that's interesting. Oh boy. Okay, last 10 shot. Let's see what we get. No summer characters at all, by the way. Are you listening out there? Oh, finally. Come on. There we go. Ah. Alright, Sadhana Alpha. Okay, keep stomping. Oh, please, 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 please. Ah! Alright, here's Richard. And stop. Okay. There is my Sadhana Alpha. So, I've met the lowest bar. I could stop here and be satisfied. I would like... No. I know she's going to be so good. And I know she's going to help me with medals, so I'll think about pulling more. And then here is Richard. Evolution, Pierce with Null Warp. Regen, and then Recovery. So yeah, lots of HP coming this way. Blast type, and then she has the Rebounding Peas, I think. And then Strike Shot improves a boss's weak point. So that's cool. Ascension, I like the idea here. She's in prison with some lions, but she's also a pop star. Pierce, Null Warp, Null Magic Circle. That's a nice double null. Light Resistance. Speed Up, that's very nice for a Pierce character. And then Strike Shot, 12 turn becomes a bounce and goes through blocks. So that's really interesting. If there's ever a quest where she is good, she'll be pretty unique in there. Okay, well, I got my Sadhana Alpha, so I'm happy. We'll see if I keep pulling or not. Okay, thanks for watching, good luck on your pulls, and we'll see you again. Take care.